Hello, this is Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm the bucket.
And this is our review of the LimToys Gunslinger 1/6 scale action figure, or the Outlaw. And here's the box. It comes in this plastic bag that has LimToys collectibles printed all over it. Which is kind of cool. Never seen that before on one of the plastic bags. We'll get that off of there. Also, bought the extra head that has the mid-beard head sculpt. And it comes in a real nice little box. It's real fancy looking. Like, I never would think that I'd want to keep a box that an extra head would come in. But this one, it just looks so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, got the plastic off the main box. It's a pretty fancy box too. It's got a very Western printing design all over it. It says the Outlaw 6 scale collectible figure. I'm not sure why there's two names. I've never heard, because usually when you order it, it was the Gunslinger, but mostly on the box says Outlaw. But yeah, that printing's all over. You can see there's like a wolf is that a fox or a wolf? I'm not sure.
I can't tell.
One of them. But that's cool. The deer over here.
Maybe it's a coyote.
Oh yeah, it could be a coyote. On the back, bunch of stuff. I like all the weapons and objects and things all over the side. You come with all that stuff, I think. Yeah. Little bird. There's Arthur down there riding his horse.
There's all little bullet holes too.
And then it's magnetic and it pops open. There's some more of that printing, but gold this time.
Fancy.
Yeah.
And I really like that pattern. It looks cool.
I just knocked you over.
You jerk. I got a concussion.
But that looks cool. I like that little picture of Arthur there. That opens up. And there's another really cool picture. Very Red Daddy looking.
Red Daddy.
And there he is in there.
He looks amazing. Covered
up with some stuff.
The coroner's already been here. He covered him up with a sheet.
You can see some pictures there of his alternate looks. Well, let's get him out of there. So, here's the trays out. There's some layers here. It's always nice when there's some layers. Oh, thing slid out the back here. Got the directions and a little card art.
That one says the Gunslinger.
Yeah. So there's the Outlaw and the Gunslinger. But and there's this coat. Underneath there's a big winter coat that you start the game off with, which I think that's cool. Because like, even though that's not my preferred outfit for him, it's very memorable in the game. His big blue winter outfit.
And it's one that everybody who played has in common.
Yeah.
Because the other outfits, you might have been something you never wore.
Yeah. Well, you start off in this main outfit. You start off in it, but that's when you start switching it all. Yeah, lift that up there. There he is. So there's the two trays. A lot of stuff in there. You can see, like we said, the different hairs and sculpts down in there, which is cool. Yeah, so much stuff. We'll show you various things right here. That is a ridiculous amount of accessories. I don't know if we've ever got a 6 scale with this many different accessories. Because we got some with a lot, but this is a real lot of accessories.
It's a cornucopia of accessories.
Yeah.
A plethora. So
I'm going to have to start getting them out of there. Some of them fell out of place. I've had I did have it open to look at it real quick. And this is There's a little sheriff's badge. So yeah, we gotta start getting this all laid out. Might take a little while. Okay. So after like 20 minutes later,
Took a while.
we got all this stuff laid out. I mean, they made a lot of stuff. That took a long time.
I am overwhelmed how much accessories there is. And they're all really cool.
Let's bring up, well, oftentimes when we're doing our custom reviews, but my Clementine, I made a ridiculous amount of accessories. I always say ridiculous because there's so many accessories. And this is kind of how this is. There's just so much stuff he came with. That's insane. For the most part, it's all really well done.
He has 7 sets of hands.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's, I mean, that alone, that's a lot of hands.
Well, he's got a lot of different things to do with them hands.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could try to name everything. Well, this head here is the extra head that you can buy. The mid-beard sculpt. That's cool that they included that.
It looks funny just seeing him with sideburns and bangs.
Yeah.
That's it.
The magnet on top. But everything else here will come with the main set. And you can see it comes with alternate hairs. He's got the long hair. Well, I think this one, he's got long hair on right here. But this is the long hair if you want to put the hat on. And then, I guess this is the short hair if you want to put the hat on. Short hair without a hat, I think. Well, here's the directions. So you gotta, I was talking to one of the guys that worked on this, and he was saying you really gotta look at the directions so you don't damage the figure when you're switching out parts and using his accessories or whatever. Oh yeah, showing all the different combinations of hairs and head sculpts that you can use, and which ones will not work with the hat. That one and that one will not work with the hat. Yeah, I remember someone asking what would happen if you tried to do that and you could damage either the hat or the hair if you try to force it on. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. Showing you how to put the hair on so that you don't damage it, because there are some real teeny tiny little hair pieces that stick out that you don't want to damage when you stick it on. What's this here? Oh, there's posable wire inside of this collar.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Now this, I don't know if I knew about this and forgot, but I didn't know that the lantern lit up until I got this. But this figure was, well, it was like 2 years ago or something. All delays and COVID and everything pushed it back, so it'd be very easy to forget something like that. But I got it, I'm like, oh man, does this light up? That was really cool. What's on the back here? Oh, and it comes with either solid boots that would look good for just standing there straight, or boots that are split at the ankles so you can get more posability. Shows you how to switch them and switch the spurs. Shows how to stick the sheriff's badge on. Looks like it uses a real pin or something. Looks like it's showing how to, if you put a jacket over his shirt, how to pull his shirt out with some tweezers. Showing how to put all of his holsters and things on his belt, the sheath. And it shows you how to put his stand together, his base. Oh, so that's where his little food thing goes.
I wondered if it fit into the base or what you were supposed to do with it.
Yes, I'm glad we got this because I wasn't really sure where those went.
Mm-hmm.
I should have known because they're in the preview figures, but forgot.
It makes sense too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it says the paint can get damaged with the switching the hair pieces, so you gotta be careful. Do not excessively bend the arms and legs or bend them outward, otherwise the figure will be damaged. Do not place the figure in high areas with high temperature, like inside the oven and
Microwave?
yeah. But yeah, he's a very cool figure, but you gotta be careful with him. Because he's very detailed and could be delicate in spots.
I do assume, though, that a lot of people, not everyone, but a lot of people like us, once we're done with the initial playing around, he's probably just going to have the same head and hair on most of the time.
Probably. But I mean, he's got so much cool stuff. But yeah, you pick your favorite, and that'll probably end up being that way. I don't know how many people, we always say that we'll maybe switch them up from time to time. We might, but...
And even if we do, it'll be like a year from now, and then probably not touch them again for another year.
Yeah, I like posing figures in the way I like to see them, and then stick them in a display case. Okay, so back to the accessories it comes with. Here's the spurs on these boots, the ones that can split. There's the lantern. It's trademark hat, but it looks awesome. It's got a rope, 2 sticks of dynamite, the big old thing of dynamite. What is this? Is this a drink or is it one of them health cures? It's a health cure. Yeah. And then he's got that little flower that he has at his camp, or his bed, next to his bed. Oops. These cigarettes, I think. Standard strength.
That's a fancy little cigarette pack. I kind of love it.
Yeah, it's real shiny. Real nice. And then this looks like an extra little neck peg and a magnet. I'm not sure what the magnet's for, but...
Maybe his hair or something, you
maybe.
said?
Well, his hair's got like these rectangular ones. So I don't know, maybe the hat? I don't know, I'll have to just look at the stuff, figure it out. He's got a rifle. And we're noticing you probably be real careful with the rifle putting in his hand, because this piece here feels kind of delicate. So that you probably really have to be careful with. It's a nice looking rifle. Oh,
and that piece.
well, yeah, this piece fell off when we took it out.
Yeah, I got that out of the package. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it just came up. But then he's got his little bandana. He's got this, which you were saying maybe some...
Thinking maybe like a scarf type thing. I can't think right now, but I'm pretty sure he has like a little ascot scarf thing, doesn't he?
I can't remember.
I haven't played in a while.
Got a big Bowie knife. A little throwing knife. I accidentally I got into a fist fight purposely and accidentally threw a knife at the guy. I often do that in that game. I accidentally start shooting.
I thought you were talking about in real life, and I'm like, that didn't happen, and I know it.
No. I gotta share one of the first things that happened when I played this game that really screwed up for me was you get into town. What's the first town? Is it Strawberry you go to?
Oh, I don't remember which one's first. That might be right.
But I'm just trying to look around and I see a dog. I'm like, oh, you can interact with the dog. I'm going to go up and try to interact with them. Hit the wrong button and shoot it.
You're upset about it, too. I heard about this poor dog for like a month.
It didn't kill the dog, but I still shot the dog and it ran off. Well, maybe it died later. I don't know. But then, of course, animal cruelty, and I'm in the middle of town and I'm in trouble. It's like, I just wanted to
like, you dog shooter!
That would suck if in real life you walk up, I want to pet a dog, and you just accidentally shoot it.
I can't even tell you how many times I accidentally did like the quick draw thing and shot stuff on accident. Like, oh, oops.
The other thing I did that way later on, but it annoyed me, I was just riding my horse through Saint Denis, middle town, and hit something, and then he kicks to the side, like Arthur kicks to the side, and I kicked like a pole. And it said I was vandalizing, and then I was in trouble again. I was like, accidentally kick a pole, and I'm wanted by the law. This video is already going to be long enough with all the accessories and we're adding.
Without us talking about the actual game.
It comes with a little watch, a pocket watch, and it is really, really nice looking. Like it's got
that detail around the edge and everything. It's really cool.
It's got like that clear plastic that looks like glass. It got a little sheriff badge. Or deputy badge, whatever badge you want to say it is. I think I have it backwards. Maybe that's what the magnet's for. Maybe they...
Oh, you may stick that inside of a shirt to stick
it
okay.
To. I thought that was a pin in the directions. I guess it's a magnet. I didn't read it. I just looked at the picture. Maybe it says. Yep, we didn't read it. I didn't look at the picture and thought that was a pin, but it says sheriff badge is magnetic. Place additional magnet in the jacket. Okay.
Yeah, maybe read the instructions and not just look at the pictures.
I just look at pictures. He comes with 2 of these double-barreled shotguns, which is cool. I never even got this in the game. I think I had one of them, but I never had like the 2-hand thing. If you can do that.
I never really liked using the shotgun that much.
I never did either. I usually use the rifle or the handguns.
I almost always use the rifle.
And he comes with a whole bunch of bullets. He's got shotgun shells and bullets, which I guess you could stick in
a butt ton of them to put in the
bandolier.
Bandolier, yeah.
Or his belt. And here is the belt with all of his little sheaths and holsters. And a little pencil. Teeny tiny little pencil. That's a really cool little thing, Dad. And this is book, which I haven't opened this yet, but we're gonna open it in a video. But I guess there's drawings in there. Here's his bandolier school. Little coffee mug or whatever. Kettle. Oh, it opens.
Yeah, the lid and the kettle were separate in the package. I stuck them together when I put them over there.
Oh. An arrow. And a Molotov. Ah!
You broke it!
I broke it!
Telling.
Telling who?
I don't know, my mom.
She ain't gonna care. She ain't even know what you're talking about. It's like when...
She's like, Doug's my favorite. You be nice to him.
That's like when your mom was asking who Harley Quinn was, and I'm like, oh, it's the Joker's girlfriend, and she's like, I don't know what that is.
she knows
like,
nothing.
Like from Batman, she's like shrugs, like you don't even know who Batman is. Like what?
No, she knows who Batman is.
Unless she's pretending to not know. She didn't know who the Joker was. She's like, oh. And here's the bow, which is really nice looking. It's just sculpted, or yes,
it is sculpted.
Yeah, sculpted. But a real string on there. There's his little man purse.
I was surprised that that's plastic because I thought it looked like real leather until I picked it up and I'm like, oh, that's not real leather.
I thought it was too.
It looks really nice though.
Yeah, his little satchel. I just call him man purse. And some little logs that go in his base.
If you break him, I'm gonna beat you up.
Oh, and there's his base back there.
The base is really nice.
Yeah, we'll look at all of it closer. Oh, more extra hands. He's got all of his gloved hands. 4 gloved hands. And this little thing goes on his base. Comes with a little card, which that's cool. There's the Gunslinger. Gunslinger. The Gunslinger.
Gunslinger.
And then he comes with a big winter jacket, which that's really cool. And I mean, some of this is accessory since you can switch them. You could take this jacket off, which I definitely will because I'm not a big fan of this jacket. I mean, I'm talking about the way they made it. They made it fine. And just in the game, I didn't really like that jacket on him, so I probably won't keep it on him. It's got suspenders.
I had my Arthur all decked out in red and black.
Oh. Okay, so now we'll start looking him over, and he looks really good. Let's look at his jacket real quick before. I don't know if I'll ever put it back on. Just because I just don't like that jacket.
It is really well made though.
Yeah, it's really well made. It looks good. I just would rather not have him wearing it.
I like how they even have the leather around the collar.
Yeah, that's
the
really
different
cool.
texture looks cool.
Just
Personally,
undershirt.
I think I prefer him in just the undershirt.
Yeah, I like that's common thing I think of when I see him, or when I think of him is, and also lots of preview pictures and stuff. Screenshots show him in just the shirt with no jacket on. And then the head looks really good. Definitely, it looks like Arthur Morgan. Mm-hmm. They really got his face down, and they got like some 6-scale figures will have that real nice speckling, like skin detail, fine skin detail, and they have that on here, which is really nice. It really looks like he's got stubble growing in.
Yeah, it makes it look a lot more realistic.
Got the glossy eyes, it makes him creepy realistic. So the head sculpt is really good.
And the only thing I've noticed on him so far that I don't like, and it's like just a matter of personal preference, is I don't really like it when they do the super metallic paint on the hair.
Yeah, that's Hot Toys does that a lot. Like I think from a distance it really makes it look like real hair, but
close up it looks odd.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the metallic hair.
The sculpt on it's good though. I
just
personally don't like that color kind of paint.
You can see all them little teeny tiny hairs is why you gotta be real careful switching. But it looks really good. It's really hard to see the seam. I didn't even know where it was at first, but there's a seam right here somewhere.
Isn't it like right here?
Oh yeah, that's where it is. Okay, right there. See, I was even looking at the wrong spot. Yeah, that's where the seam is.
Oh, well, I just noticed because the other head doesn't have hair on it right now, and it has just that little bang piece.
Yeah, that's what I even thought of that. That looks really good. Suspenders look good. Got a little metal piece there. Looks like real metal. Little leathery looking things attached to his pants. Get down to his pants. This is one thing right here. The knee paint. This could be easily fixable, but it just looks kind of like just pushed.
It's a bit too uniform.
Yeah, just put on there real quick. It looks like. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a huge deal and very easy to fix if it bothers you.
And then down to his boots, which look really nice sculpt.
The dirt on them is excellent too.
Yeah, it looks real nice. So, now we gotta switch some things. I want to get this jacket off first though. Before we take the jacket off, I want to show the sheriff's badge on there. Deputy Sheriff. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna switch his hair out. Don't want the other hair. So I want to put his hat on. Hold on. There you can see there's like a little slot in the hat where I guess his hair fits into it to help keep it in place. It's pretty cool. So there he is with the switched hair and the cowboy hat on, which looks really cool. Took the jacket off, rolled his sleeves up a little bit. I was just thinking, something's not looking right. What is not looking right? And I realized it's because he doesn't have any of his belts on with his holsters or anything. So we got to get that on there. That looks funny back there. Just the type of pants they wore back then. But yeah, we got to get that on there. But man, that looks so good with the head, the hat. Now it's really looking like Arthur. Now he's got that belt on there. That looks really good.
I flipped his sleeves up too, so they look more like how he rolls them.
Yeah. And one thing that's cool about this figure is,
look at them veiny arms.
yeah, I think one of the guy I was telling you about was talking about this when they were down because of COVID and everything. They were trying to work on it to improve things. One thing they did was they changed the body and made him a brand new body underneath. Big muscular body.
Oh, look how detailed that is. That's
yeah,
cool.
That is really awesome. That's why this all looks real nice. Has the veins and the hair and everything on there.
I'm glad they did that, because if he just had like boring arms and he rolled his sleeves up, I'd be disappointed, because I always picture him with his sleeves rolled up.
And also he's got a certain shape to his body, and I think they got it pretty good here. Because he's not a scrawny guy. Like that would be what's his name? John Marston would be more of like a scrappy Clint Eastwood type guy, and then Arthur Morgan is more of a big burly guy. Yeah, I think they got out here. Looks really good.
I love how he looks with the hat on. I'm excited.
So here's his revolvers. They actually spin. I'm not sure if that pops out of there or not. Oh, this is almost like a fully functioning revolver. You stick a bullet in there and actually fire it.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's that close.
Yeah, I want to stick them in there. There he is with his guns and his holsters. Looks really good. I want to get some bullets in there. So the cat put in his bullets into his belt.
Is it Perco?
Yeah.
I didn't give him any butt bullets.
So, I put his shotgun shells into his bandolier. There he is with a scarf or bandana or whatever around his neck.
His neckerchief.
Neckerchief. That's cool. And there, stuck his bandolier on. See us shotgun shells. And it buckles on the back. Look at him, stick his bowie knife in his sheath. Which way does that go? There's a knife in his sheath. I'm gonna try out some of his other heads and beards and other stuff. So there's the mid beard. That's the clean shaven mid beard.
I prefer him with facial hair. It's just how I picture him.
Yeah, well, I picture him both ways. Because all the trailers showed him like this. So that's why I sometimes picture him like without beard. But in the game, I almost always have a beard on him.
Always had him with like the goatee and his hair slicked back.
The first playthrough, I grew the beard as long as I can get it. So there he is with the long hair and the big old beard. That's really cool. There he is with the long hair and the beard and the hat. I haven't said it yet, but every time I think of Arthur Morgan, I think of, yep. And boy, yep. It's like, easy, boy. Boy. Unless you're riding a female horse, then he's like girl, which is amusing. He doesn't say girl as good as he says boy. Boy! I don't think he really calls people boy, but he should. I'm gonna get you, boy! I think the other thing that he says a ridiculous amount when I'm riding my horse is, get out of the damn way! Because I'm always riding past people and he yells it every time.
That's a big regret for me now. Growing up, I had horses, and I should have yelled at a lot more people to get out of the damn way!
There he is with shorter hair, looking like Daniel Bryan from wrestling. Or Bryan Danielson, depending on which company he's working for. There's the short hair with the beard and the hat. So there he is with the bandana on.
You look so tough.
Mm-hmm. I've been waiting to try the lantern. I really want to see it. What is this? A little sticker tell you how to turn it on. Will you twist it to turn it on? Or?
Yeah, it's in the instructions. You twist the bottom.
So yeah, you twist the bottom here, and bing! Our lights are really bright. You gotta turn them down so you can actually see it lighting up. Yeah, it lights up really good. It's pretty impressive. It looks like a real miniaturized lantern.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot brighter than I expected.
Yeah. That is awesome. So there he is with his winter jacket on. And these were tough, getting that little loop around them.
I love that they work.
Yeah,
and
cool.
It looks really good, but it was a little difficult to get them all hooked. Especially that top one.
Well, there's some wire in this jacket too. So that's really cool.
If you're going to try to get those buttoned though, I highly recommend getting a pair of tweezers.
It does look like a warm jacket unless it's pulled down or something. Yeah, I like a little fuzz up around his face. It looks very warm. He should have a beard grown here. Make it look like it's blowing. I like it's all lined in there too. So if he really was a tiny person, he could wear this and actually be warm. Because I feel warm. There, put the gloves on his hands. That looks good. There he is with the winter jacket open. That is such a nice jacket.
He looks like he's saying, what?
Almost makes me want two of these just so he can have different looks. The same thing kind of happened when we put his belts and everything on top of his winter jacket and his tan jacket. It just makes it look so much cooler I think just without his belt and everything, it just doesn't look right. Which is why the winter jacket was like, eh. But it is really awesome looking when you get the belts and everything on there. And the brown jacket too. So, yeah, I can really see any of these being your main look for Arthur, because they all look good. So here's a look at his fancy base. I really like that little plaque or whatever on there. Nice shiny metal. It says the Gunslinger. I keep wanting to say Gunslinger. Gunslinger. There's some mud and grass and rocks on the base. You can see the holes where you put the various things. So, what, this goes here?
Mm-hmm. It's supposed to go over top of those rocks somehow.
Is it like what? Just balance there, or is it wedge in or something?
I think it just sits on them.
Oh, well, that works. That's pretty cool. Get some fake fire and stick it on there.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic fire. Kind of have to pop that out and put it in the right spot.
A little fake chunk of meat.
Yep. You put a real chunk of meat on there. Set a real fire on it. I think it's in the directions you can set fires on this, and it's alright.
I did not see that.
Yeah, it did.
There, we got you some fire.
An explosion.
That's the first one I saw sitting here.
Or it's a very colorful sea urchin. I guess we'll just look at some of his accessories a little closer. We've got that little glass thing with the flower in it. This is really cool that they included that. And then he's got the big old
bundle
of dynamite. It's got string as the fuses. Wrapped in string. Feels like... Oh yeah, they're all individual. I didn't know that was like a big, solid sculpt. But no, they're all individual little dynamites.
Well, I think they probably used the same sculpt from those ones, just painted them a different color.
And here's the two single ones, different color, and they actually say dynamite on it. It says something on the end, QN01. And he's got his rifle. As I said, this part right here feels real fragile, so I'd be very careful when posing him in that, posing that in his hand. Does that move? I don't think that moves. But that's cool. The wood grain looks real nice. So does the gold. Got a real leathery looking strap. The Molotov. Got a nice picture on the front of it. Real fabric. The elixir. Got a label on it.
I like the way they did the bottles too with the frosted glass.
Yeah. Got a little heart on it. The rope. It's kind of like covered in something. Like clear plastic. Nice rope. And cigarettes. Very nice box. You mentioned this earlier. The gold really stands out on it. And there's the kettle and the little cup. You can take the lid off of that. That's really cool. And the bow and arrow. The real string. I don't know if you should fire this or not, but I think you could. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, the arrow's got sculpted feathers on it. Little arrowhead. That's cool. This one looks like it got bent.
Maybe because you just shot it.
No, it was bent earlier. This almost feels like metal. I'm not sure though. No, just the stick part. And the double-barreled shotguns. It open up like that. I'm assuming you could probably stick those shells in there. Haven't tried it, but I bet you could.
I would assume that they fit. It looks like it.
Yeah, they're real nice. And the little teeny tiny pencil. And the book, which still haven't looked in yet. But you can tell there's something drawn in there. No, there's a lot of stuff drawn in there.
Oh my, yeah. I wasn't expecting that.
And then
those little drawings.
Well, they got like every single one in the game, maybe.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, crap. I wonder if they got... Yeah, I remember some of these. I didn't get all these in my first playthrough. I got a lot of them, but I didn't get all of them. That was really cool. I don't think we looked at his hat very close, but it is one of the coolest accessories because his hat just really stands out in the game. Even though I ended up switching it all the time, the standard one is just like a cool looking hat. The weathering on it, the texture and the paint.
Even the rope's really nice. They got the detailed like straggly strings hanging off
the
end of the rope.
That was a really cool hat. We looked at this already, but then it has this orange and orange going up there, which is different, like the faded. Which, you were saying you think it looks like the saloon?
It looks like the fancy wooden side of saloon, old style saloon.
But the coloring just definitely reminds me of Red Dead with the red going into orange and yellow. And
I think that combo with that and the dirt is like, it's a bit odd, but I like it. I think it looks cool.
I'm gonna attempt to do articulation, but I say attempt just because he's got a lot of stuff on him right now. But I just want to try to do it with it on there. But I imagine this is probably like a lot of figures. There's a detail painted on his neck, so he's probably be careful spinning his head around. Like instead of just having it like this and then turning it, you should probably pull it back and then turn it so you don't.
So his hair and chin aren't rubbing against it.
Yeah, yeah, pretty good on his neck there. I'm not sure. Okay. The shoulders goes up pretty good. Well, it keeps going up. You can hear that clicking like it'll hold in place, which is nice. Okay, I'm going up this way, but the shirt's kind of...
I think if you took time to spin the shirt around, you'd probably get it up good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could. His arm could definitely go point straight up. It's just I gotta adjust the shirt and don't feel like doing that. And there's his arm up all the way.
I twisted his shirt around while I was moving it to get it all the way up.
Yeah, so it goes straight up. Then at the elbow, double joint goes really good there. And then at the wrist, you can spin. I think it can also spin there too, up at the bicep. And feels like there's a joint right here at his stomach. Then you can twist at the waist, go back and forward there. You could probably go a lot further if you didn't have all this stuff on, and then I'm just afraid to knock it all off right now. Yeah, his leg can go like that. Spin. And double joint it at the knee, which goes really good. And then if you have the articulated boots on, then you can go all over the place with that, which is really good. So his articulation is pretty good. It's actually better than I thought because I didn't realize his double jointed elbows went that far back. I thought it stopped about there, but it goes further. There he is holding the rifle. You could probably get it into a better position, but we just did it kind of quickly for the video, but that's cool. There he is holding the lantern. Man, I just love that lantern.
It's pretty cool. I'm really glad they included that.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts. So there's Arthur next to two of our other cowboy figures. The Man with No Name and Angel Eyes.
It's a tough guy name.
Yep. Or the Bad.
Yeah, I always think of him as the Bad.
Or Blondie for the Man with No Name. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They're supposed to be tall, but they look a little short next to Arthur here. I never did get the ugly, just because the company that made these two figures also made him, and his face is ugly. I mean, he's the ugly, but I just don't like.
Yeah, but watching the movie, I was like, he's not really that ugly.
Yeah, but the
figure of him, he's ugly.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I think it doesn't look like him really either.
No, I mean you can tell it's him, but I just don't like it. Okay, so we talked about how many accessories this guy comes with, which is they did way more accessories than they had to do, and I'm glad they did because it's really cool. But even so, I did buy him some other accessories, and one of them, the main one, would be a horse. Oh, because he needs a horse.
Yes, he does.
I mean, really, well, I guess my good, bad, and ugly guys don't have a horse, but I just really wanted to get him a horse. And this is a Mr. Z thoroughbred. And it didn't come with a saddle. You can get one with a saddle, but it's like in an oriental saddle. It does not look like anything from the game. So I ended up having to make a saddle. There were some on eBay. You can find them for sale, Etsy, but they're expensive.
And there's also not the guarantee that it'll fit the specific kind of horse you have, because this one in particular has very robust chest.
Yeah, it's a big horse.
Mm-hmm. He's thick.
We're saying it's a thoroughbred, but the size of it compared to Arthur, it seems like it'd be the size of like a Shire or something. It's so big.
Mm-hmm.
It's not as muscular as them in the legs and everything, but it's tall and just giant. So maybe he's just a really big thoroughbred. They fed him extra Wheaties or whatever.
Thoroughbreds can get really tall.
That tall?
Mm-hmm.
With a big old belly like that?
I had a friend that had one that was, I think, 18 hands, something like that.
No,
you don't know what hands is, but it's big.
I know what hands are.
I'm gonna kick you in the head.
But I probably made this one for like less than $20. The time it spent, if I was gonna figure out how much money I would charge someone if I was making this, it would probably be a lot more than that. But the materials I use are pretty cheap. Some of the leather I already had though, so I'm kind of counting that as free because I already had a bunch of leather.
I think you did a really good job on it.
Thanks.
I tried to help as much as I could, because I grew up with horses, and we actually had a reference saddle in the house because I have my old saddle even though I don't have horses anymore.
Yeah, I was looking at it a lot. I was looking at screenshots that I took from the game and just some other pictures of old Western saddles and made it. This I sculpted this out of Sculpty and then covered it with some leather-like material. And had to make all these straps and everything. So it was kind of annoying to do, but somewhat fun.
And you even put all the little metal conches all over it.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
But, yep, now he has a horse, and he fits on there, and his feet go in the saddle. I'll show pictures, obviously. But that's the main accessory that I bought extra for him. There's another Arthur Morgan figure made by VTS, which I didn't get that one. It was a Wilderness Rider or something. I forget what they called it. But he came with a few accessories that this one, that the LimToys didn't come with. And there's the detonator for the dynamite. I got these on Monkey Depot. So you can have the detonator of the dynamite, so that's cool. I got the coonskin hat, which I tried it out, and if anybody else gets this hat, it's not made for these heads. It goes down about there, and I don't know if I want to push it down any further because it might mess up his skin on his head. It's got this soft stuff here, but it's still kind of tight. I probably could
drill it out.
Yeah, drill it out and make it smaller in there. But I mean, it works. If I want to use that. And the last two things that I bought separately were also Monkey Depot, were the fishing pole and the fish. This is something I really debated if I really needed. It was more of just like, I thought it was kind of cool they made a fishing pole and a fish. Not that I really think I need it for Arthur.
It is cool.
Yeah. Other than probably some pictures in this video, I'm not really going to display him holding these. I just just thought, hey, might as well get him and just be like, oh, I got some more accessories for him. Okay. So, I love this figure.
I'm super impressed with him. Like, he's amazing.
He's probably one of my favorite 6 scales that we've got this year. He's just so impressive with all the accessories he comes with and how well they did his likeness with the sculpting and the paint, his hat. His clothes all look so good. And I really like how they made the special body for him to get a closer look to the proportions that Arthur Morgan has.
Mm-hmm.
And man, there's just so many good accessories too. That lantern.
So much stuff. Like, and I love accessories. Accessories are always like one of my favorite things. We're making customs, always buying like random shit that we don't need because it makes me happy.
Yeah, I like that he comes with all these different options. Because it's almost like you're in the game where you can mess around with all this different stuff you have in the game. So that's really cool that you can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And even the box is really cool. The design of it. And the way you can switch his head and the hair and the beard. And also alternate hairs to put his hat on or not have the hat on. It's really cool.
Yeah, that's nice because sometimes when the hair is made to fit a hat, it just doesn't look very good by itself. It's all squished.
Yeah.
So it's good that it has both ways.
Or if they made the hair look like it doesn't have a hat on it, then the hat would need to be big, extra big, and it would look funny.
Mm-hmm.
But I even like the other little accessories that they didn't have to include, but it's cool they did, like his little journal or whatever it is, and the little flower and the kettle and.
For some reason, I just really like that little pack of cigarettes.
Yeah. I like the watch too. It just looks like a real shrunk down watch with the clear plastic on it. And the alternate options with you got the tan jacket, or you can have the big winter jacket. And it's just really cool. It's just so much to mess with and look at.
Yeah, I think we'll probably have him like this because we both prefer this look, but it was really nice that they have the jackets. They're both really well made.
Yeah. For people who like to switch his look every once in a while, switch their figure's look, they have a lot of options with him.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep, I'm pretty impressed with him. Yeah, I think he's definitely worth it. He's a really, really awesome figure, especially if you love Red Dead Redemption 2 or just Cowboys. He's just really well done and impressive. Well, it's Mr. Evilcheese.
And I'm the bucket.
Thanks for watching. Come back. You ready to ride, boy? Come on, boy. 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 What we got over here, boy? Who's that, boy? Some sort of little grumpy monster giant, baby. One of the strangest things I've ever seen, boy. Well, let's get along. Yep. Hey, boy. Are you actually a boy? I didn't even check. Get out of the damn what? I beg your pardon, imbecile. What in the hell is this up here? What kind of strange horse is that, mister? Whoa, just got bright all of a sudden. Another evil giant baby. Two-headed baby. Two-headed giant baby horse. Well, I tell Dutch about this. Told him the world's changing.
Welcome to your nightmare.
This nightmare? This ain't my nightmare. My nightmare is being surrounded by a bunch of city folk. Playing on their cell phones. Whatever a cell phone is, I don't know what that is. Probably something in the future. But, you know, that's my nightmare, boy.
Oh, so your nightmare is not two-headed baby horses?
Well, not really, no.
Damn it! You know anybody's afraid of this kind of thing?
There's a guy back at my camp. Goes by the name of Uncle. I think he'd enjoy a visit.
You hear that, baby, evil baby double-headed horse baby thing? He's gonna go scare somebody named Uncle.
Boy, you think I said boy to him enough? I want everybody to know about boy. About how I said boy.
Hey everyone, it's Clementine from The Walking Dead, and you are watching Mr. Evilcheese and Zombie Cat. Don't be a shitbird and subscribe already. Do it. Thanks.